Yeah, it's me. I know. It doesn't look like me. I got the mustache. I got the sideburns. Right? I look like a undercover cop. I got the shades on. I'm taking them off for you guys because I want you to see my eyes. I am sober, my PO. I don't want to go back to jail. I'm sober. I'm sober. I got my hat on. Midnight in the Bay. These are going to be all in black, no sweat stains. For sale, $25. We might do 25 rubies actually, just to change it up. And those are gonna be linked to my Instagram underscore Alex Woody comedy. But yeah, we're on the road, guy. Comedy. Thank you, Mark Norman. I know you were on the podcast. We are on the road, so we're doing it from the van. You know me, guy. I look like a guy that drives a van. And I got the hat on because look, I take the hat off and people walking by, they're like, oh my God, that guy's masturbating in his car. He's watching porn. You know, what's he looking at? A stripper showing her bunghole. But I put the hat on and they're like, that guy's a hard worker. Oh my God, what is that guy in the union? Oh, that guy, he's probably FaceTiming with his family. Right? You take the hat off, you're disgusting. You can't go by a school. Like the only reason why I look like this is because I'm lazy. I don't want to pick up my son from school. You know what I mean? Let my wife do that. So they're not letting me buy any schools with this look. I tried to pick him up and they're like, you need to leave. We're about to call the cops. So in case of emergencies, I put the hat on, I put the sunglasses on, and they're like, oh my God, he's an undercover cop. Who do you need to pick up? You want to pick up some other kids? You know what I mean? They're giving away kids because they think I'm an undercover cop, which I don't want. I struggle with dealing with multiple kids, you know, and I'm nervous because the wife wants more kids. Like when my son has his friends over, you know, like he had one friend knocked over a chair and it hit the cat ball and water went everywhere and then the cat got wet and he's scratching me. You know, my toes are all cut up like I was getting tortured in Vietnam, 72. And I go, God damn it, when the kid does it, and it scared the kid. My kid's used to it. I'm used to dealing with him. He's heard me say fuck and you crazy bastard. One time, my kid hit me in the hand by accident with a samurai sword, a plastic one, not a real one, guy. I still got my fingers. And I said, "You motherfucking asshole," and cross-eyed, but you're not dork. I said just horrible things, and so he's used to it. You know what I mean? He's heard it all. But this other kid, I felt bad. He's got glasses, so he's kind of weak. So I should have thought about that. So my friend my son hasn't had his friends over for a while. I think they're all scared of me. But we got anger issues. We're working on them. Yeah, one person that is not used to my anger issues is my wife, and she's Latina. I don't know if you've ever fought with a Latina or Latino, but they will fight back. You ever get in a fight with a Mexican guy? Woo, you don't want to. They won't go down. You'll keep hitting them in the face. You'll poke their eyes out. You give them wet willies, but you forget someone threw this guy in a trunk of a plane, dropped him out of the plane. He was in the back of a car, through tunnels for hours. I mean, this guy, you know, probably lived off McDonald's. I get it. Me too, guy. But you forget how much they go through. They're way stronger of a fighter than a white guy, grew up in the suburbs, baby of the family, didn't have to wipe his ass until he was 10, and his family had finally enough of him smell like shit. True story. Um, by the way, I posted a clip on YouTube, and someone left a comment, secondhand embarrassment. I was like, you sound like my mom, which I just talked to my mom, and I was asking her, if I wasn't 3 weeks late when you had me, do you think I would have such a big head? Mm. And she goes, no. And I'm like, motherfuck, you know? Oh, so close. But you know what? It's good because if I had a normal size head, bro, if I had a normal size head, I couldn't be married. There would be husbands and fathers and grandfathers and great great grandfathers trying to pawn their women to me. The women in their family, take them. You are so good looking and cool. Because when you're good looking, you're automatically cool. There is no, you're not cool. Every good looking guy is cool. Yeah, every fat guy? Hell no. There's a couple. Ice Cube, he's cool. Exhibit, he's cool. It's naming black guys. I will say all black guys are cool. I may be that big of a fan. I maybe people don't. All people think that, but I think they're cool. I mean, I've told this story. I tried to get cornrows because I was just influenced by the urban culture. The movies were just so much better, you know. Friday after Friday, and I saw fucking Ice Cube with cornrows in that one movie, All About the Benjamins. Oh, where he's wearing the Miami Heat jersey. So I had my mom, Alonzo Mourning. Yeah, guy, I remember. I had my mom buy me the Alonzo Mourning jersey, and then I went to go get cornrows with the jersey on. And I had a picture of Ice Cube with the cornrows just to show me this is what I want. Went to a barber shop in Oakland. My mom's sitting there, you know, reading the New Testament, and they start to do it. And guy, I was in so much pain. I had them stop. I had two, just two, because they're really. That's how it is, you know. Ice Cube's not in the movie saying, "Hey, these really hurt." I mean, he just has them. He's a tough guy. You know what I mean? I'm not a tough guy, and I was a kid, and you know, still not tough. And yeah, I told my mom, "We gotta get out of here. This is." And I was like, "That, you know, we paid and everything, you know." And so I went to school and I had 2 rows of the cornrows because it was hard like picking the hair out. So I had to keep them for a little bit until they loosened up. And they don't allow hats in school. So I had to go to school with that. I will say, you know, some of the uh, some of the Latino kids and the black kids actually kind of dug the look. They're like, "Oh my god, this guy's tough. He seems like he got in a fight maybe at that pool." But all my other like friends, like white friends, just made fun of me and called me 2 row Woody. So that was fun, you know, good memories. But we lost all of our hair, ironically. So now I'm actually growing the hair out. I'm actually growing our hair out, not to just not pick up my son, but to just see if God is real. Because if he's real, he'll give me my fucking hair back. It'll just, what if it just grew right here? Bro, if I say, if God is real, he'd give me my fucking hair back and my hair became like an afro. A, I would fucking foam at the mouth out of excitement, you know, and B, I would probably die of a heart attack because that would be crazy. You know what I mean? Anything like that would be just like, can you imagine being like a magician back in the day and you could be a shitty magician? Remember this fucking thing your uncle would show you? Oh, look at my fingers missing. Like those little tricks. You would be a god to people, you know? And it makes me, I don't know what fucking cult leaders do, but they do some kind of magic. But like Chris Angel, how does he not have, I mean, he's got fans. I bet you he's got crazy fans where they would take over the world if he asked them. You know what I mean? Like Charles Manson kind of fans, those freaky people, the people that buy fucking Jeffrey Dahmer crap. Have you seen this? Oh, we're auctioning off Jeffrey Dahmer's glasses. Why? Burn them. The glasses sold for 5.5 million. Really? What weirdo out there is putting on the glasses going, "Oh my god, I saw what he saw." What weirdo wants to go, "I want to see what it was like to wear the glasses of a cannibal who just killed gays." I don't get fucking people, you know? Oh, I want to wear Jeffrey Dahmer's when I get married. The glasses. Oh, okay. You're not a crazy person. Those are the same people that, you know, write and to serial killers and murderers in jail. I want to have your babies. Let's date. You know, I those people. Yeah, they got daddy issues. You don't have a normal upbringing with that, or maybe you did. And it was too normal, and just the mind broke, or maybe it was too much LSD, or maybe the uncle he had a good time. Who knows? You know what I mean? The aunt never has a good time ever. You never hear about the aunt molesting, right? It's always the uncle. Always. Just saying. Aunts do it too. Um, Not that I would know. My aunts were prudes, but people are nuts. And I saw something else they're auctioning off for Dahmer. Dahmer's foreskin. Who wants to have it? I mean, someone would buy that. You know what I mean? If they had that, someone would buy it. Oh no, I saw his urn. Hey, you want his ashes? You want Dahmer's ashes? What nut job thinks witchcraft is real? Because there's people that think, oh, I can, I can praise to the devil and get them to come and do wrath for me. There's nut jobs that think that. Those are the people buying the urns. It has to be. And I want to see the look on their face when they got all their friends and they got all the candles lined up and they have them lit and they got their little devil cupcakes ready for the ceremony and they all sit around with a fucking urn and nothing happens. I want to be there and see on their look when they realize that they're a fucking idiot. That's what I want to see. You know what I mean? Oh god, it's horrible. I mean, that's honestly. I mean, hate to lose all my Christian followers. Yeah, there's not one. I remember my wife's aunt was like, "Hey, check out the podcast." Not for me. Yeah, I know. Sorry, lady, I'm gonna jump. But no, like that's was the whole thing when I went to church. I was waiting for things. I was like, I felt more crazy when I was at church. I'm talking to myself. I'm waiting for like a ghost to appear. Nothing happened. I'm just saying all this, guys, because I want my hair to uh, reappear. You know what I mean? But he's probably, if he is real, he's probably just trying to give me cancer right now. He's like, this guy's annoying. He's always challenging me, kill him. But he's love. I'm confused, guy. But you know what? I let the wife and kid, they go to church, let them have it. You can't stop what people want to believe, right? Like me, I think this podcast is going to be something. Like I have followers, you know what I mean? But I keep doing it. I'm not in reality. I'm just like a Christian. Holy shit. You ever realize you're just like someone? That's how we solve racism, folks. We're just like everyone else, except some other ones have bigger. You think that's how racism really started? Maybe some white guys were like, you hear about those blacks and their cocks? Yeah, they're so much bigger than ours. They're gonna fuck all our women. They're gonna take over the world. We can't let that happen. And then they started the KKK and all this. It had to start from some kind of envy. You know what I mean? Like that's fucked up, right? Um, you should never envy another person unless they're a celebrity. Oh, to be Brad Pitt. Oh, wait. You ever had those fantasies? Oh, if I was Braddy, wouldn't have the family. I tell you that. Ooh, that a nightclub every night. Ooh, no, I heard that gets boring. You ever talk to someone handsome? Like, I talked to a male gigolo one time, no joke. And I think I talked about it on one of the episodes. It's when I did one of the shows out in Clayton, California. And this guy's wearing a fur coat. It's summertime, right? And he had his hair slicked back, his mouth was going back and forth. I'm like, this guy, he's a partier, and I think he's just a cokehead. But I got to talk to him, and he's a male gigolo, and he told me it's always a handsome guy that tells you this. Sex is overrated. You will never see a fat guy or an ugly guy tell you that sex is overrated. Never. Actually, I bet you more ugly fat dudes talk about sex more than good looking dudes. You know what I mean? Oh my god, it was so classic. I remember asking this gigolo, "How'd you get in it?" And he was like, "Oh, a friend called me and asked if I can fuck a old lady." And I said, "Sure." And then he paid me, and it was good money. I was like, I didn't need the wiki how to become a male gigolo. You know what I mean? You're tempting me, guy. No, I would never. I would never do that because what's amazing, you look at an athlete and you go, wow, they really did that. That was spectacular. These male gigolos, they don't always get to bang models. You know what I mean? They gotta bang some ugly ones, some ugly duckings, you know? And this guy, he turns and he goes to his date. He puts the arm and he kisses his. And this lady, I swear to God, 81. She had an oxygen tank. She had to take it off to kiss him. Um, just saggy skin, everything you can imagine. And I saw him grab her ass, and I saw the diaper crumble a little bit, and I was like, you know what? That guy is a legend. That is amazing. That's something I cannot do, right? It's like watching Jerry Rice catch that ball. That's something I can't do right there. That's another breed, you know. My parents brought me up a different way, you know. I I don't think I that guy's got different genes than me, you know. Wow, guy's humble. Let me tell you, that guy's a lot more humble than me. That guy, he's not selfish at all. Not as selfish as me, and he's more accepting of people than me for sure. Definitely not a misogynist at all. You know, not a bad bone in his body. Let me tell you, that guy. Jesus, that guy was Gavin Newsom. But that's a campaign ad right there. Hmm. I just swallowed. I don't know if that's where does that come from when you do that. Oh, my wife hates when I do that. All women hate that noise. I've never met a woman that goes, "Hey, can you do that again?" Actually, there was one woman I worked with, but she was like a guy. She chewed. She didn't even wear women's clothes. It was like guys' clothes, and it like hung off her body all fucked up. Like, you can wear women's clothes and act like a guy, But I wasn't 22 yet, and they had to hide. You know what I mean? It was like white girls. Remember when the black guys dress up like the white chicks? That was like lesbians back in the day that wanted to be guys. They couldn't just be out there. So they had to like really pretend and get in costume, and I felt bad. I really did. A little jealous though too. It's kind of cool that they had that expression for themselves, And I've never been great with expressing myself. Like I would love to show up to work dressed as like a superhero or like, you know, dressed like James Bond and I show up in a bow tie. And that's really who I am because every day I wake up and I want to play a character. I just like the acting and all that, but I don't have the guts to show up to work like that, and I wish I did. So some of these people I've met in my life, I'm like the male gigolo, this one lady I work with at Home Depot, they're just, well, him, they're just, amazing. I'm getting so hot in this car. Just saying, maybe tomorrow I'll dress up like Superman and go home. I mean, go to work, Mm, oh, cool. It's great. Oh, I'm gonna turn on the air real quick. Can we turn on the air? Oh my God, hang on. Fat guys have to do this. We gotta blast air. We gotta blast air real quick. Oh my God. You want to make a fat guy cream? You just fucking blast some cold air up his shirt. You ever do this? I don't do this in public, but I've seen guys lift their shirt over air conditioning units and like fucking clothes stores and shit. I'm like, I don't think you could do that, sir. This is not Switzerland. Oh, just blast the air a little bit. Woo! Feel a little better. I was like taking a hit right there. Yay! Yay! See, when I was younger, I would have snorted a little bit to feel a little to cool down. But now I'm older. I can't do that. I got a son and a wife that they want to be around me. They love me. Love overrated, right? So I can't be doing that. But it's crazy. I still talk to people that are out there, and it's crazy that people just openly do fentanyl. You know what I mean? Like shit that's killing people. They're like, oh, I'll do that. And I think back when you're in your 20s, you will do whatever. You will put gasoline up your dick hole. But it's weird how you get older and you ejaculate in a vagina and see something come out of someone. Should have been to the side of her. Oh, hi, head. and can't get that thought out of my head. I mean, that's why the sex life sucks. But it's crazy that now the responsibilities are just you just think differently. It's crazy. But who knows? Maybe I'll get wild when I'm older. I talked to someone that parents own a retirement home, and they would get people that would escape. But geez, that sounds like a jail guy. And they would go get like heroin and like balloons. People like inhale balloons. So cool. And I don't know who do you what. How do you get these balloons, by the way? I remember one friend had all these balloons. They're like, you inhale it, it gets you high. And I'm like, who's your dealer? A dealer, a clown, So, anyways, where was I saying? The clown shit threw me off right there. Getting hot. This episode should be getting hot with Alex, but I probably get banned on YouTube. What is this guy talking about getting hot? Um, you think smoking a bowl would? I'm like right in front of a fucking office though. Maybe we shouldn't. See, that's where the responsibility comes in. Ugh, I hate it. It's so hard to break the rules now when you're older. And watch, I'm gonna feel guilty as fuck what I'm about to do right here. You know what I mean? I'm gonna feel guilty because, oh, you know what? Sometimes you pack a bowl and you forget that you have ash in there because you're lazy. You forget that you're lazy and you got the ash in there. And there's a car driving behind. So, kids, if you ever gotta smoke here, for legal purposes, I'm packing a tobacco pipe here. We're gonna hit this and probably get arrested later, but every good comedian gets arrested. God, I'm an idiot. I am a idiot. Hey, I didn't say it. My mom did. Okay, here we go. The office buildings around here are gonna be like, I thought that guy was gonna be masturbating but smoking weed. That's another federal offense. Arrest that man. Here we go. But I will say this: people do judge people on what they look like because it's I I would do criminal things back in the day, and because I was like a chubby white guy, people didn't really think anything. They're like, "Oh, that guy's a loser, lazy, probably tied down to a girlfriend, right? They can't find his dick, whatever." They're like, "He can't be stealing stuff." But then they see like other people, um, with earrings and you know and they get in trouble. So and that's why I never got if you're going to be a criminal, dress as dorky as possible. I would do that on purpose. I'd come in with the shirt tucked in, with the belt, with with fake glasses. I bought fake glasses. I mean, I was a pro for a while. I just didn't read the room a couple times, which you gotta do as a comedian in other words. Oh god, I take one hit of this and it's like, what happened? But yeah, people need to dress nerdy if you want to commit crimes. That's my moral. Anyone looking to be a criminal out there, bro? They say I should be a teacher. Yeah, and teaching about crimes and stuff. I'd be a great not role model. That would be my course. Not role model. Learn how to be a criminal, a dirtbag. Learn how to be misogynistic. Hey, you want to learn some slurs? Here you go. You know what I mean? Dad taught me them when I was young. So I could have a class and have your kid being a horrible person, no problem. No, not a role model. Not a role model. It is crazy that, and I think it's kind of a prank that God did. If God made us, I think it's kind of a prank that He made it so pleasurable to orgasm, but yet it comes with so much responsibility at the same time. He's like, I'm gonna make something that feels incredible, but if it's used wrong, there's gonna be some consequences. Where, mommy, daddy, you know, and there's some consequences. Let me tell you that. No sex life, you know. I wish I had the balls just to fuck the wife in front of the kid, but I don't want the kid to grow up to be a weirdo, so I don't. But let's wait until he falls asleep, and then it's like 10:30. I've had 30 beers, 30 blunts. I've had 5 meals, not including dinner. I'm out, guy. I'm out. Especially if there's no comedy show that night. Woo-wee! I'm going off with a famosa burrito. I'm going off with margaritas at lunch. I'm hitting the blunt with 3 hands, guy. And I'm out. And she's like, "You always fall asleep." Well, we're gonna have to just tell him to play video games when we go in another room. If he hears it, he hears it. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta put your foot down, but you can't put your foot down with Latina. Like I was saying earlier, and I didn't finish. You ever get in a fight with a Latino person? I said about the guy part earlier, lady part. Woo! They will throw you under. They will bring up stuff from 1972 that you did. They're like, you remember you did this, and it's something horrible. We all make mistakes. Hey, you pushed down a hill once, right? But they'll bring up stuff from the past, and you're like, that was an accident. I forget everything, and you'll forget. I don't know if this is all guys, but you forget like about the bad stuff, and you just remember the good stuff. That's how it should be. But some women, and I'm not saying just Latina women, that just adds a little fire. She's like just quicker with saying stuff, and she yells and she says stuff in Spanish. You don't know what it means, but you think it means something, kind of like about San Francisco people, and full suckers, right? And so it's just a little more intense. I've been yelled at by white women, and it can be intense. A lot more crying. Latino women, it's like more angry and like you see fire in their eyes. White women, there's a little crying. There's a lot of crying actually, and hard childhood. Latino women would never bring up hard childhood, and they probably had the hardest childhood. Well, white women would be like, oh, people will complain about having an easy childhood, which is kind of crazy too. That's crazy. I ran out of steam. Woo! I tell you, it's hot as hell in here. You see my cheeks getting red? By the end of this podcast, I'm gonna be strawberry red, dying. I need another sip of this. Woo! I don't even know how long I've been going. I've been just going and going and going. But anyways, obviously no news stories this week on the pod. We need to get another blast of the air. Hang on. Jesus. I could never go to space. I am not meant to do anything. You should see me camping. It's horrible, guy. I know. It sounds like I'm doing a podcast on a plane. Hang on. We're all right. Let Daddy get this. You guys are getting a glimpse of what it's like to be my child right now. Very weird, I know. Very weird. Blasting this. Woo, we're hot. And I wonder if there's anyone in the office building watching me like, who is this guy talking to? We just see him on the screen. Talking to himself, right? But that is this podcast since I started. I had to learn to look at myself when I do video, which right now I'm trying not to look at myself. Oh my god, I'm so sexy. But B, talking with myself because I never talked by myself unless maybe I was on. I mean, to take those pills, but yeah. By the way, this podcast is brought to you by Silver Tongue Audio. Go to silvertongueaudio.org and you will see my podcast there, Midnight in the Bay, all episodes included, bada bing, bada boom. And then you'll see Dazed and Disturbed, which is another fun podcast you can download for free right there. And then NPC podcasts, great ones about video games. Check it out. Go to silvertongueaudio.org. Yes, that was a quicker little ad, but you've heard it a million times. You've probably been on the website. We've seen the numbers grow. So I want to thank you from me and my producer, Paul, who owns Silver Tongue Audio. He wants to thank you guys. So thank you. You may see a dead, chubby guy with a mustache die on a podcast today. I am dying in here. But just wanted to say that, sometimes you go to fancy restaurants and you think the food's going to be unbelievable. You're going to feel great afterwards. Like you can fly to heaven, say hello to Tupac, and fly back, right? But that's not completely correct because I went to a fancy restaurant. The meat that I got was so fatty, and it was expensive. It was so fatty that I had to pull my car over the next morning because I was in a canyon and there was no Starbucks. There was no place for me to go. And I had to climb down in a ravine under an overpass, squat, hold my pants forward so I don't get any ass substance on it, and go. And as I'm going, I just see that the words spray painted on the overpass, "Will you be my Valentine?" And I said, "Sure, guy." I just yelled that. "Sure, guy." I mean, I needed to talk to someone why I did the podcast. You know what I mean? So this lady got real close to my car. That tripped me out. She was looking at me while I was talking. I had to stop. You know, some old people are fucking weird. They just like to stare, right? It's always an old person telling you to smile, right? But this old lady with her car just she got or I mean not with her car but with her dog. She got real like close to me. She's like, dude, I'm not. I'm looking at the phone. I got headphones in. What do you think I'm doing, guy? You know, what am I doing? Interactive pornography? Come on, look at me. But anyways, I'm burning up in here. But about that restaurant, before I let you guys go, you know, you spend all this money and it's, you know, you got the winery, it's beautiful atmosphere, candles lit, you know, the lights that are draped down, right? It's romantic. We got the nice Italian music going. And then you gotta look to your left, and there's a guy sitting there with his ass crack out. I mean, this thing was hanging out, and I wanted to take a picture, but I didn't want to be a weirdo. This guy's got his ass crack out. I wanted the picture to post and say this guy's a nut job, right? Not for personal use. Well, maybe, but he's got his ass crack out, and I'm thinking to myself, can I tell the waiter, hey, can you tell this guy to pull his pants up? I'm not paying $50 a fucking plate to look at Javier's heady. He had crumbs hanging out and fucking just toilet paper. It was absolutely disgusting. And you know when your butt crack's hanging out. I know. I'm always pulling my pants. You ever see a fat guy? They're always pulling up their pants for the most part, except this guy. And this guy had to be like a tech billionaire or something, because I'm at this fancy place, right? And you're thinking you're at fancy, people are gonna be up class, and no, this guy's there, he's picking his nose, he's got a butt crack up. We're like, what is this guy retarded? You know what I mean? What's going on here? Come on. And he's not, you know what I mean? If he was retarded, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, I get it, guy, I'm sorry for your loss. Well, my second kid isn't. You know what I mean? But this guy's he looks sophisticated, but he's picking his nose, he's eating his butt crack out. And then I realized something. This guy, he's got more money than God. He doesn't care if he's got his ass cracked out. He doesn't probably care if his foreskin's out. That's crazy. The amount of money in Northern California to have here, it's crazy. Like there's people like this guy who have so much money, they don't care that they're gross. They don't care what people think because they have so much money. It's like, fuck you. They got the fuck you money. So I was like, oh my God, I want that to be me in the future. That's the podcast. Thank you guys for listening. There is no music. You know that. I did a dry intro, right? No spit. Sorry if it hurt. And I'm doing a dry outro. Sorry if it hurt. But I will tell you some dates coming up. I got a bunch of shows this week. I'm at Sally Tomatoes tomorrow, October 11th. 7:30. It's in Roner Park. Come on out. Show's at 7:30, guys. Don't be late. I know you, okay? And then I know, dude, I'm late to everything, so I don't. You can be late, all right? And then I got a show. Oh shoot! God darn Mary Jane. Go to underscore Alex Woody Comedy on Instagram. See my shows. Oh, I know Saturday I'm at Epidemic Ales in Concord. Oh, that's gonna be a good show. I'm back there, baby. Great crowd, great brewery. Check it out right there in Concord. Epidemic Ales, amazing. The Zombie Brew, 7% alcohol, tremendous. So go there. See me. Come see me. I'm better live. I post videos. I'm like, dude, I need to quit comedy. But then when I'm doing it up there, I feel great. So just maybe I'm better live. Yeah, if you see the video, like this guy, he's handicapped mentally. He shouldn't be doing comedy. See me live before you judge. Come see me. Go to Instagram. See my other shows. I got like 4 this week, 5 the next week, 7 the next week. Come see me. Love you. Thank you for stopping by. Adios. Adios. Okay, how do you stop this thing? Oh God.